What's up, you guys? Welcome to another action figure collection review. As today, in the month of Sharktober, we are here near Halloween, and what better way than to celebrate the spooky season than with a 3-pack, which has been one of my most anticipated 3-packs that I've been waiting for a very long time, and I've been trying to find these in stores, but they've been selling out everywhere, and lo and behold, I finally got what I call is kind of my version of a holy grail NECA horror figures, and that's Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. And as a quick little backstory, this is surprisingly one of my favorite Halloween films to date, just because I love the story. I think that this had a lot of potential, even though a lot of people probably didn't like this film. I thought it was creepy and just gave me that whole Halloween vibe, and I don't want to spoil anything, but this movie is just so damn cool, and it's one of my favorites. So without wasting any more time, let's take a look at these figures up close, and we'll see how great they really are. At the packaging first, we have the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch logo right there. A cool little demon monster thing on the front cover. We got the 3 kids going trick-or-treating, and what better way than to celebrate Halloween than to have trick-or-treating kids. I mean, this just defines the movie, and I just love the concept of it. This is so damn cool. We got the 3 head sculpts right there on the side. On this side, we got the same 3 head sculpts there, and then we got nothing on the top, and then we got the mumbo jumbo on the bottom. And on the back, we got the RetroShArK Novelties logo, which plays a very pivotal role into the movie. So this is just one of those things where yeah, I mean, damn, I don't know how to explain it without spoiling this movie, but if you've seen it, this is such an iconic looking logo. I also want to emphasize that as I'm recording this review, it is actually raining outside, so that makes this 3-pack even awesome, because the Halloween spirit just keeps on giving. The leaves are colored beautifully, and it's raining. This is going to be fantastic. So here we have the front flap, which is removable. And then we got the 3 children of the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. And we can see here we have all the different head sculpts and the actual figures itself with alternate hands and some other accessories. So, and like I mentioned before, this was a 3-pack that I've been anticipating for a very long time. So very happy to have this in my collection. And this is what makes it so damn awesome, because these kids do go to the novelty shop to go buy the costumes and masks, and the back of the NECA packaging showcases the product kind of like the old Halloween magazines we used to get of advertising different Halloween costumes and masks, which is so damn cool. I mean, we can see here we have the jack-o'-lantern, the skeleton, the witch, and it even tells you the price point. Trick or treat, only $40. Boo, which is only $32, and then I'll get you for $50. That's a lot of money. And we can see the kids watching the RetroShArK commercial on their TV, and yeah, this is very cool. And then I just love how you can have the crazy aftermath after watching the RetroShArK commercial. That's insanity. And then even here we can see the kids going trick-or-treating. That's so beautiful, man. I love it. So, and then you can even see the RetroShArK novelties cut out with the name and stuff. Yeah, man, that's very, very cool. I love the fact that they did this, and the company that made him, so damn creepy, so damn creepy, so damn creepy. Alright, I do want to emphasize that all 3 figures do come with the same alternate hands. These are the open hands, so there's really not much else to look at the other 2, so to spare you time, they're all the same. So I just wanted to show you what these hands look like, in the sense of they're all just open hands, but they're sculpted pretty well, and it's the typical NECA style, but yeah, it looks pretty decent. Take a look at is the skull, and man, oh man, the skull mask just looks absolutely incredible. This plays a pivotal role into the actual movie if you haven't seen it, and there's all these worms and decaying stuff going around here, the wash, the sculpting, just the nitty grittiness of the decaying bones. I mean, that just looks like the skull has been through some rough times, and it just offers so much detail, and you can kind of see the eyes on the inside. It might be a little bit hard to see on camera, but yeah, that just looks so cool. And I just love how it's all like decomposing and stuff, and just the grays or the black washes onto the gray skull, all that looks amazing and I absolutely love it. So this is probably one of my favorite head sculpts to add into the figure. So I'm probably going to change these to these because these play a pivotal role in the movie. Up next we have the witch, and she looks pretty good. I mean, I love it. I mean, you can see that there are some nasty bugs and insects coming out of the mask as well. This kind of gives me the Goosebumps haunted mask style, even though this came first, but man, oh man, I love it. This is just, look at all the black wash onto the greens. You can see some yellows and some oranges and stuff. The sculpting looks really great, and I love the texturing and sculpting on the hood of the witch's headpiece. That looks so damn awesome. And you can remove the headpiece as well, but keep it in there because it does peg on the inside. It might be hard to see, but yeah, this just looks phenomenal. Look at that color scheme. That is so damn sick. That little insect coming out of the mouth, that's disgusting and so damn cool. You have the pumpkin, and you see this particular pumpkin in the movie, and you can see all like the worms and stuff coming out of its mouth, and even then when you see what happens to this particular pumpkin in the movie, you kind of feel bad for the kid wearing the mask, but overall that's the whole point of the movie. And just look at the wash, the sculpting, the coloring, the shading. Kind of see like there are slight eyes in there, but it's just the decomposing pumpkin and it's like rotting at this point. It just looks so, it's beautiful, man. I've been waiting so long for this set. You can tell how excited I am. And then there's the witch hat, which can be placed on top of the pumpkin head, so we're going to utilize this probably a little bit later. It's sculpted very well, not too much there, but it looks fine, so nothing too much, but it does have like an orange trim on the sides, so that's cool. And then one of my favorite accessories that this 3-pack has to offer is the television set, which has the silver shamrock logo, and there's also a pumpkin there. So I'm not going to spoil what this silver shamrock does, but this theme song that they use for the commercial is absolutely creepy and terrifying. So it's best to not listen to this thing at night. You can see the tube television has the classic knobs and then the volume and then all these other buttons and switches, but very classic and very iconic television set for anybody that wants to do like dioramas and stuff. So child number 1, as we're going to take a look at the kid who wore the pumpkin mask, and yeah, there's really not much going on with these figures because if you've seen the movie, you'll know that they play more of a background role, but it plays such a pivotal portion to the storyline where it's so iconic that these 3 masks had to be made. So the fact that they didn't make the actual main character kind of sucks, but giving us the kids is still decent for what it is. You can see that the pumpkin does have some nice greens there, some nice sculpting, some nice wash. The teeth look cool, and compared to the rotten pumpkin, this one has the, you know, it's the clean mask, so that's cool. And you can see that these kids do go to the novelty shop to go buy them, which is awesome. And you can see how the top of the pumpkin has the headpiece, so that looks cool. Not removable though. And one of the things I love about this is that it has the silver shamrock button or pin, which does play a very huge role into this movie. So this is such an iconic piece to the actual figure. And then the whole thing is really just a kid wearing a black jumpsuit, I suppose. So there's really not much to it. Hands are all the same. And in the movie, when the kid wore the pumpkin mask, he kind of wore like a gray hoodie, so I wish that they gave him the gray hoodie instead of this black or another extra added accessory gray hoodie, but it's fine. And then he does have these really cool sneakers, so that's cool. Nice attention to detail there. Very nice blue sneakers, and yeah, kind of a bit hard to stand these figures on their own, but I'm going to try my best, and yeah, they're detailed very well. So otherwise, there's nothing much else to it. And comparing this head sculpt to the rotten head sculpt of the pumpkin, and yeah, that's just so badass. I absolutely love it. Alright, so now looking at the witch, and this is a very fantastic looking headpiece, and everything about it, it's so great. I kind of wished that instead of more of a cloth goods, even though there's nothing wrong with it, I wish that the figures are more like in the sturdier plastic compared to the cloth, but I get it, these are actually Halloween costumes, so that's fine. You can kind of see the eyes on the inside, and you can see the teeth and the greens with the black wash, some browns. Very, very, very well detailed, and the sculpting, the head sculpt's all the same. I do love the actual witch outfit, which has a bendy wire there, so that's worth the money you're investing into this 3-pack. So it gives it that feeling of wind howling in the air. And then you can see there's some ripped edges by the hands. Not too bad. And we got some string there, orange colored to go coinciding with the trims of the orange on the top torso piece. And then it has more ripped edges on the bottom, and then nice brown sneakers with the white trims or soles on the bottoms. Yeah, very simplistic bottom halves of the figures, but the real highlight here is really the head sculpts. And again, we can see the other head sculpt here. We have the one where it's normal mask, and then we got and then we have the mask where it's destructful. So yeah, I love it. And if you turn the figure around, you're gonna see the silver shamrock button or pin there. Yeah, very pivotal and iconic to the movie. So we have the skeleton, and this one is not bad. It has more of a bigger head, but it works. I mean, I love it. Nice detail, nice sculpting, nice wash within the crevices, the cracked skull, all that looking great. And can't really see the eyes on this one. It's more black on the interior, so that's fine, but the skull itself is so well detailed. The design of it is so it's amazing. You can see the silver shamrock logo or the button or clip on the back of the mask here. You can see where you can take off the mask there, the little crevice on the back, which is nice. And then the whole suit is really just a skeleton suit. Very simple for like a little kid to wear. I like it. And you know, it's pretty much the same thing as the pumpkin figure. I just wish that some of these were a little bit more different compared to the others, but the detail itself is all awesome. Nothing too much. And then nice red sneakers there. That's awesome. And here's the alternate head sculpt with a decomposing skull, and you can see a lot of the worms coming out of the nose and the eyes. And yeah, so I'm going to remove these heads and put these heads on it because that just makes it so much more better. And yeah, I love both of these head sculpts in general. They're so fantastic. One thing I forgot to showcase is that this was pretty much hiding in the packaging, as you have the trick-or-treat bags. So this was kind of snuck up on me and almost forgot to talk about it. So it was kind of hidden in the packaging, but you can see that there's 2 brown plastic bags for them to kind of carry to go trick-or-treating in, but this one is, you know, it's fine, but cool for what it is. And then the real highlight here is the awesome trick-or-treat bag with the ghost and pumpkins and bats in the background. And yeah, it's like nice cutout, and you can actually open these, which allows you to place whatever candy or stuff on the inside if you actually have candy. So yeah, I love the fact that they included this, and I'm sad that I almost missed out on reviewing this part, so I'm glad I didn't. Alright you guys, so that was my NECA Halloween 3 Season of the Witch figures, as we have the skeleton, jack-o'-lantern, and the witch. This basically concludes Sharktober, as this entire month I did a lot of Halloween themed character reviews and collection reviews, and on top of that did a lot of NECA horror collection reviews, or action figure reviews if you will. So with great news, I will emphasize that Sharktober will return in 2026 with more action figure reviews to celebrate Sharktober and the month of Halloween. So with that being said, I want to wish you all a very happy Halloween. Stay safe and eat a lot of great candy. And if you ever see the Silver Shamrock commercial playing on the television, do not watch it or sing along, because you don't want to end up like these kids. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to give a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more reviews on the channel.